Hello everyone. Welcome to the part 2 of my birthday Q&A. I have nothing else to say, so I'm just going to jump right into the questions. From Moonbeam, is that how you say it? Moonbeam Sun. What's your favorite movie and what's your favorite book? All right, with the movie, it's Princess and the Frog. It has been my favorite movie ever since I was a kid. Let's just say it had like this perfect balance of, romance and like comedy in a way. I don't know, I just really enjoyed it as a kid. I loved how Tiana was like independent well, not really compare. I don't want to compare it to Disney princesses, but I really liked how Tiana is like, the usual like I don't know, she feels like the trope of the girl bossification, like done right, because they still allowed her to fall in love. They allowed her to, have fun. And, one of her biggest flaws actually is the fact that she's a workaholic. Let's just say if the movie was written today, I bet Tiana would be praised a lot for, working a lot. Oh, she has her own job. She's so independent. But, like, she let that take over her life. It got very unhealthy. And I just really like how they acknowledge that and, let her have fun and fall in love with someone. It's just so unique. And I don't know. As a kid, I really gravitated to that. And Tiana is still one of my biggest, like, inspirations today. She's like my hero. I love her so much. And in terms of favorite book, uh, I don't really read a lot of books. I am mostly a film girl. But if we had to guess, recently I really loved The Witches from Roald Dahl and The Great Wall of Lucy Wu. I forgot the author. Hold on, let me search up real quick. Also, if you hear any background noise, I'm sorry. I had to turn on my fan because it's very hot and I don't have a proper recording setup. But anyway, hold on. I'm looking up the author. Wait, Wall of Lucy Wu. Wendy Wan Long Shang. I love that book. It just really resonated with me in a way because as someone who kind of struggles with showing her Asian background, it's like, yeah, you don't really feel like you fit in your own culture sometimes. But that's okay. That's normal. But I don't have the excuse of living in America, sadly. But yeah, I'd say that's my favorite book right now. But I haven't read enough yet to have an all-time favorite. So it could change. This question is from Gita 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 McLemore. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing that right. A quick question: what's it like making a gacha series? How does it feel? If I'm going to be honest, it's very daunting because when your life, gets busier, you don't have much time to make videos anymore. So it just gets really difficult, and sometimes when you stayed with something for so long, you get kind of burnt out with it, and you just want to be done with it, so you could move on to your next project. That's how I kind of feel with New Beginnings at the moment because I've been stuck in this theater arc for so long. Actually, I've been meaning to say this, but I'm planning on transitioning to music videos in terms of like the other stories that I'm planning to tell in New Beginnings. There's still going to be episodes, like, that's how I'm still going to label them. But they're not really going to be like mini movie style, kind of videos anymore. They're going to be like music videos. And occasionally, if there's no song that fits, I'll probably shorten the story. Because, dude, I am so tired of the mini movie format. It's so like, ugh, it takes so much time to do, especially with now that I'm improving my editing. It's so hard to do. It's so I just want it to be done because with tongue tied, I was able to finish it a lot faster because it like skips through certain things, only goes to the important details, and it's okay to go to skip through the important details. That's the point. But with mini movies, it has to be. I have to show everything. I can't jump through things like I can do in a music video. So yeah, that's how we currently feel about making a series. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just might become like a music video gacha tuber now. Someone like Jiyushi, I love Jiyushi's work. By the way, shout out to them. That's just my current feelings right now. This one is from Friend Devil Idiot. Friend Devil Idiot. I don't know how to say it. What was your inspiration to create the LL series? Well, for the story itself, I don't really have proper inspo But in terms of like the style and just the way I present things, the Music Freaks was definitely a huge like inspiration for me. I didn't make it voice acted because I would die if it was voice acted, but you know, the format itself, the way the stories are told, and some of the characters are even inspired by TMF a bit. And another influence of mine actually was Komi Can't Communicate with some of the more comic like, segments. Because I was a huge fan of that anime. I'd say I still am. I just don't watch it that much anymore. But yeah, I'd say Komi Can't Communicate was also a huge inspiration for me. And a little bit of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, but that's kind of it. It's mostly with the visuals I got inspiration for. Who's your favorite character from TMF? This is from the same person, by the way. Okay, Jake. This sounds very basic, but I love Jake. I don't know. I don't really see characters like him often, especially in the gacha community. Like, he feels so unique in a way because he's like charismatic, he's popular, he's a bit cocky, and it's like, oh my god, he's so fun to watch. And I don't know, he's such a little guy. He's such a little guy. I can't help but love him. He's just so lovable, such a likable protagonist. And is it just me or does he feel underrated in his own series? Like why does that keep happening with protagonists? They always feel so like underrated or outshined in in their own series. It sucks. It always sucks. Okay, that's just my opinion. This next one is from Mimi. She was in the first Q&A video because with the Q&A video I had to pick out one question per comment and there was like multiple questions in one comment, so I had to just pick one. I'll answer the rest that you asked. So, who's your favorite OC from LL? If I'll be honest, it's Dean. I don't know. He's the one I had fun writing the most. I don't know why. He just has so much potential. Did you always wanted to make NB from the start, or was it a thing you thought of as LL went on? I actually wanted to make New Beginnings from the start because as I developed my characters a lot more, I realized, oh, I could tell so much more stories with these characters. Because when LL finished, it didn't feel like we saw everything. I felt like there was more potential to be explored there. And I actually thought of it as I finished writing LL. I didn't even go to the editing stage yet, and I was already brainstorming New Beginnings. So yeah, that's your answer. This next one is from Sienna underscore fly Lexi, who was also in the part one video. What's your favorite show, movie, and game? Okay, I already answered movie. I'm gonna go answer the show and game. Alright, my favorite show is The Ghost and Molly McGee. And, I said that already in the Q&A video as it's one of my fandoms, but please watch it. It's genuinely so good. It takes like what I liked as a kid and what I like now and just merged it together because it has that silly slice of life like comedy aspects which is from cartoons I used to like when I was a child, and it also has some cool plot and character development that I like now, and they kind of like mix it together. It has like this perfect balance and it's just so good, and Molly is just infectious. I love her. She's so me for real, for real. Because, she's so fun to watch. And she is the kind of like sunshine protag stereotype, but they written her so well. They like made her realistic in a way. And the comedy is perfect. Like my god. Look, Owl House and Amphibia, they're great shows. I love them. But they could never top this. They could never top this. The Ghost of Molly McGee just has that certain like wacky humor that I really enjoy, and it always like springs up at you. The humor gets so dark too. Characters would literally die on screen. Well, not characters, more like it's mostly animals, but still the amount of like death jokes or like since it's ghosts, it's bound to happen. It's just really funny. So yeah, I know I just went through a whole yap session about the ghost and Molly McGee, but that's how good the show is. If I were to go to a deep dive, I would. I would love to become a video essay creator, but then I do not have the time or energy to do that, especially with recording. My god. But yeah, that's what it is. And game, I don't really play games that often unless gacha counts. So if it comes down to it, I guess it's gacha. I also like Minecraft, and I like to play Dress to Impress, but that's kind of it in terms of games. What's your favorite food? Oh, this is from the same person. I am not sure. I don't know what food cause if it dep- my favorite foods are always in categories like favorite snack, favorite thing, favorite drink, favorite meal. All that stuff. But I would say my favorite is popcorn and croissants. I'd say those are my favorite. They're like my go-tos. All right, that I'm at. That's all my answers for Sienna Fly. This next one, hold on. Oh my, this is a long one. Okay, this one's from cynically underscore Lys, cynically Lys. Uh, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Please, in the comments, if you're watching, probably please let me know. I feel so bad I can't pronounce it properly. Okay, I will answer all these questions. If you were on death row, what would you pick as your last meal? Okay, for my last meal, I would have burger steak with mushrooms, specifically the Jollibee burger steak, some rice, a small batch of popcorn, a croissant on the side, some mocha cake for dessert with some vanilla ice cream. That would be my last meal. If you were to star in a slasher film, would you play the final girl or the cunning secret killer? I would love to be the killer, but realistically, I would be the final girl. No, I wouldn't even be the final one. I think I'd be dead. I'd be the first one dead. I'd have no survival skills whatsoever. I'd be dead. I'd be dead. I'd be the first person that's gone. I wouldn't even be the final girl. I couldn't even run to save my life. So yeah. If you could have any fictional character as a close friend, who would it be? Molly McGee. I would love to have Molly McGee as my best friend. Besides Filipino and English, do you speak a different dialect of the Philippines? Hell no! Hell no! I could never. I could never. I can't even speak Tagalog well, let alone any other dialect here in the Philippines. I did know a tiny bit of Bisaya when I went to Mindanao for vacation, but that's it. I don't know what I d- I'm not good with other dialects because I grew up in Manila and we all speak Tagalog, so apparently that's what I'm used to. Have you gone through any specific fashion phases where the change from one to another was very drastic? Or do you just wear whatever you feel like wearing? Okay. What's funny is that at the moment, I'm currently having a fashion identity crisis. Because at the moment, I have like four aesthetics. One is like a cutesy little, like a cute girl. I don't know how else to describe it. But think of the aesthetics like from Leve or Bia Badoobie, those kind of creators. I don't know, like the more cutesy country kind of style. And another one is sort of like old money fashion, like blazers, some like white, some heels, some loose pants, all that stuff. I love those. I love those outfits. I don't know who to reference, but think of like who else can I think of? Think of like the Heathers. Whatever their style is, I love that. I love that style. And the next one is the Y2K teen. So Regina George, that was definitely one of my inspos. Regina George, Katie Heron, all the whatever the Mean Girls has going on. I love that aesthetic. And lastly, it's the grunge and punk rock. Sorry, there. If you heard something, I accidentally went on shorts. But anyway, my last one is like grunge and kind of a punk aesthetic. I just those are like my four styles. I cannot pick one for the life of me. I cannot stay consistent. All right, would you rather have the superpower of teleportation or invisibility? Teleportation. Do you know how much money I would save on plane rides if I could just go anywhere I want? There are so much people I want to meet again. It'd be so easy if I could just teleport. What when put in a situation where you have to interact with someone you don't know that well? Are you the first to talk, or is it the other way around? It kind of depends on the situation, because if it's like, oh sorry, I tapped the mic. But let's say like in a school setting, let's say, I'm in a new school, and it's all very scary, there's so much new people. I wouldn't be the first one to like interact. I'd wait for people to interact with me. But if it's in a situation where, oh, I'm in school and there's a new student, I'm the one who talks first. So it always depends on the environment. Like if it's an environment I'm already comfortable in, then yeah, I would talk first. But if it's somewhere like I'm completely new, like I'm the new one, then yeah, I would just wait for someone to talk to me. Is butter a carb? Is it a carb? Is it? I'm gonna look it up now. Hold on. Is butter a carb? I I guess not. It's zero point 0.1 g, 0 grams of carbs. So I don't think it's a carb. I don't think I said it properly. Okay. Thank you for your questions. That was actually a fun yap session. This is from Prince Donut. Prince Donut. There you go. What is your all-time favorite song? Like a song you always find yourself coming back to, or have has good memories attached to it. Also, happy birthday. Thank you. All right, so my favorite song of all time actually is "I Wanna Be Yours" by Arctic Monkeys, and I don't know, the reason why I picked that song is because it genuinely, there's no other song I could think of that makes it sound like yearning. It really does sound like a song. It's like the embodiment of when you're in love. Like, I've experienced things, I've fallen for others, I'd admit, and whenever I think of, if I ever to put my feelings into a song, it'd be this, because this song is what like deep love kind of sounds like to me. It just feels so intimate. Just listening to it, it feels so intimate. It feels like I'm listening to like a beautiful moment between a couple, and that's, I don't know. I think it's beautiful. That's why it's my favorite song. All right. This question is from the Pony Army. Love that name. Who is your favorite Owl House character? Luz Noceda. I know that is very basic, but she is my favorite. She is so me for real. I love her so much. She's too relatable. God damn it. What's your favorite dessert to have during warmer months? This one, oh wait, that one is from Inaya R. That question. Sorry, I didn't specify. Favorite dessert during? I just like ice cream. In terms of like warmer months, ice cream is definitely a big go-to for me. Like, I'd have a good scoop of vanilla ice cream, or I'd eat like the Magnum, which is like, the chocolate shell with vanilla inside. Oh my god, that's just the good shit right there. But yeah, I'd say that's ice cream. This one is from Dreamyfly. Dreamyfly. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Please let me know. What's your favorite musical? Oh, you want me to talk about Heather's? I'm kidding. No, it's not Heather's. Well, it's not my all-time favorite. Are you talking about stage musicals or just musicals in general? Like, if because I have different categories. Because in terms of like musicals, like stage musicals, I'd say it's Hamilton. Because I really liked how they took creative liberties with the historical aspects of it. Same with Six. I also really like Six the musical. If I were to rank Six, Heathers, and Hamilton, like those are my top three. I'd do Hamilton, Six, and then Heathers. Because I watched the Heathers movie recently. In my opinion, the movie is better. The movie is better. I'm sorry. Like, look, Heathers the musical, it has its own strengths, but I don't know. I feel like the movie really captured the grittiness of it, and the musical feels so saturated compared to it. And I don't know. I still love the musical, however. What I'd say the musical is like better than the movie is JD's character. Because in the movie, he's just some basic antagonist. I don't know, I didn't find him that interesting. But in the musical, god damn, he's so compelling. He's like more morally gray. I love it. I love how they add more like love to him and Veronica's relationship. Even if it's so toxic, it's so interesting. Because their relationship just got boring in the movie. Because it's like, yeah, just leave him. It's that simple. But no, in the musical, it's like, oh, he's doing bad things, but he loves me. It's just, the conflict is so good. Why am I talking about Heather? It's supposed to be a musical. Sorry. But yeah, that's just my own opinion. Thank you for that question. Oh, wait, I already answered that one. Do, 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 do. All right, this question is from Sky Rosalind. Sky Rosalind. Okay, I'll say that. Do you prefer summer, winter, or autumn or spring? I prefer autumn. It's gorgeous. It's not too cold. It's not too hot, and it looks very nice. I can't really say actually what it feels like because I live in a tropical country, so we can't really experience the four seasons. I wish I could experience autumn because autumn fashion, it's literally how I dress. And it's just awesome. I would love to have autumn. Okay, this next question is from Moonray. What is your favorite show at the moment? Okay, at the moment, actually it's The Simpsons. I don't know. It's a weird like show to suddenly get into because I didn't expect it either. But I've actually really gotten into The Simpsons lately, mainly because of shorts and The Simpsons theory. But I mainly watched like the earlier episodes because I don't know, they felt so charming. Like this is an adult animated show, but it feels so charming to watch. It's just so fun. I like it. I like early Simpsons. All right, let me see who's next. All right, this question is from Ayu with two U's. Her question is, what's your favorite video that you've ever made, like the proudest? And what's your least favorite video you've ever made? Okay, with least favorite, anything that's before 2023. I hate those videos. My god, they're so But in terms of like my favorite ones, I'm trying to think. Hold on, I'm going to go to my channel to see because it's a lot. I'd say there are some videos I'm actually really proud of. Let me look through. If you're talking about recently, then I'd say one of the proudest ones I made was the Hate Me music video because that was when I was getting used to Gacha Life 2. And I was just so proud with how that one turned out because everything was so well paced, everything was well timed, it was just perfect. It was a great music video, and I was able to get very creative with it. And another video that I'm also very proud of is actually my 3-year anniversary video, which is Brie Amri. Well, the editing is severely outdated, but I still really enjoyed the concept and coming up with fun gags because it's something that's actually really far from my comfort zone because look, comedy is like some subgenre of my videos, but it has never been the main genre before. And it's really fun to experiment with, honestly. I feel like gotcha creators should actually try focusing on comedy more. And not just, using meme audios or using funny stuff people have already done. I meant like making original like gags or jokes. Because I don't know, I feel like comedy is very underappreciated nowadays. At least like classic comedy because most people just reuse the same audio over and over again, and it's just, where's the good stuff? Where's the originality? I'm actually thinking of doing another Brie Amri style kind of video for my 6-year anniversary because it'll be like a fun 3-year difference. And a Gacha Life 2 one would be so much fun. But yeah, I don't know. I'd say that's one of my proudest videos. And I actually want to see people do something similar. Oh, actually, I didn't explain this. If you don't know, Brie Amri is actually a reference to Duck Amuck, which is a Looney Tunes short where Daffy Duck basically gets trolled by an animator. That's basically where I got the idea. It's like a parody in a way. And I just want to see people do that more. It has only been like parodied in the new Animaniacs, and I don't see people reference it that often, and it's like one of the best cartoons of all time, literally by animation professionals. So yeah, I don't know. I just want to see that more. Anyway, thank you for that question. This next one is from Universe Stars. If you could have a genie grant you 3 wishes, what would they be? Okay, a genie and his 3 wishes. Okay, I would pick a cure for cancer. Trump won't be president anymore. I know it's slightly controversial. Okay, to be fair, I don't like being political in this channel, but with the state right now, yeah, I would rather have another president. I would rather have there be another president in America. And what else? What would be my third wish? I would wish for a better immune system because my immune system is shit. If what would your superpower be if you could pick one? I would pick teleportation. Thank you very much. This question is from Alice B, the gotcha weirdo. Don't worry, we're all weirdos here. Did you discontinue the TMF Hamilton series? Yes, I did. I was kind of growing out of Hamilton at that point, and I was getting tired of the music videos. So I was like, yeah, I can't really do this anymore. So I ended it on Say No to This. So yeah, sorry. And that's basically all the questions so far. Thank you so much for giving them to me. I hope I was able to give you good answers. This video is 20 minutes, over 20 minutes long. Huh, I thought it'd be longer to be honest. But anyway, thank you so much for the questions and thank you so much for the birthday greetings. I love you all. Bye bye.